Hey guys, Bunch here. I always look forward to a new year. I know it can come across as kind of cliche, but the new year really does bring a fresh start. Maybe that's why I like working with students, because it's like you get two fresh starts in a year. You have the new year in January, but then you have the new year whenever school starts back up at the end of the summer, kind of going into the fall. Christ Church as a whole has been a huge blessing to me. I'll be here for 12 years this coming February. Christ Church has been a great place of worship, community, and growth in my life. Now, I'm excited about 2025 for myself, our church, and our student ministry. As a staff, and our elders have been doing the same thing, we've been reading this book the last several weeks called Practicing the Way. Added a mustache to mine. It's been awesome to hear what God has been teaching and speaking to all of us during this book. It's all about being with Jesus, becoming like Jesus, and doing as he did. The very thing that he calls us to do as his believers. It can be easy for us to fall into routines and things that we have to get done and things we think we need to do. Yet, he calls us to do it all with him in mind. I think of the verse in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5:17, where it says, never stop praying. Now that doesn't mean us walking around or driving around all day with our heads bowed and our eyes closed, praying nonstop. But it's about living a life in prayer, keeping him at the forefront of all that we do. Jesus created us for community. We need to remember that and not complicate it. Jesus calls us to be with him. When we are with him, we learn from him and eventually begin to act like him. I'm excited about 2025. I feel like the last couple of years in particular, we've seen a thirst for Jesus in our students. Jesus said, come to me, all who are thirsty. Well, I'm eager and I'm excited to see our students grow in Christ in a way I never had before. We want to up our discipleship game, our being with Jesus game in 2025. It's a handful of students, not a large group, but a few students with a leader walking together with Jesus. Maybe reading this book, or maybe reading one of the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John, together. Discussing how they see Jesus moving and how they can be like Jesus. Now, I've been in student ministry for a little over 20 years now in some capacity. The students that I've seen that were discipled, those walking with Jesus, not just at church on Sunday, not just at a camp in the summer, or at a fall retreat, or a D-Now weekend, though those are great places to be and be a part, but the students that did the extra step and were discipled, walking with Jesus, are the very ones that I see when they graduate. They're really the ones keeping the faith, staying engaged in the local church, and serving those around them like Jesus. Jesus wants us to walk with him. Students, let us know when you're ready to take the step of walking with Jesus with a group of your friends. We'll be ready to walk with you and grow with you in this journey. You guys already amaze me for who you are and just your sense of your wonder and your desire to be more like Jesus. I know this can be a challenge and a commitment and finding the time, but guys, it's got to be a priority. I think there's a large number of you ready for this and even eager to grow like this. I think great things are ahead in our student ministry, and you are a big part of that. Parents, we love your students. Maybe not as much as you being the actual parent, but I promise we are a highly close second. We want what's best for your students. We want to see them love Jesus, grow in Jesus, be more like Jesus. And we think discipleship is a huge key and a part of that. Know that this may require some extra help and grace on your part, that you may have to drive a student around or drop them off at someone's house or Chick-fil-A or wherever. But I'm excited this year to see how our church's connection with Jesus is going to grow in 2025 like never before. I'm excited to be a part. I'm excited for you and your family to be a part. Happy 2025.